So you're looking for a way to grow your CPA firm, but without all the usual growing pains, right? Well, today we're going to dig into a really powerful strategy that's changing the game. It's called white label accounting. And trust me, this is way more than just outsourcing. This is a playbook for smarter, much more sustainable growth.
Does this sound familiar? You're juggling clients, you're racing against deadlines that feel totally impossible, and the whole idea of scaling up just sounds like a massive headache. So many firms get stuck right here, just hitting a wall with the resources they have.
But what if there was a way to just smash right through that ceiling? Well, there is. And the top firms, they're already using a specific model to not just fix these problems, but actually turn them into a huge competitive advantage.
And that little secret is white labeling. Now, you've probably heard the term thrown around, but we're about to break down exactly what it means for the accounting world, and, more importantly, how it can be a total game changer for your firm.
So what is it really? Well, put simply, white label accounting is when you team up with an outside provider to handle some of your accounting work. But, and this is the key part, everything they do gets delivered to your client under your firm's name, your brand, your logo. For the client, it's completely seamless. They only ever see you.
Let's look at how this actually works. An expert team, somewhere else, takes on all those routine tasks or even super specialized stuff like audit prep. Critically, everything that goes back to the client has your firm's branding on it. And what does that do? It frees up your people to focus on what truly matters, high-value strategic advice, and building those rock-solid client relationships.
Okay, so that's the what and the how, but now for the part you really care about, the why. Why should you even consider this? Let's walk through the 5 key benefits this model can unlock for your firm.
All right, first up, benefit number 1.
And this one is huge. You can expand your service offerings instantly. Just imagine telling a client you can now handle their complex bookkeeping or payroll needs not in 6 months after you finally hire someone, but starting next week. I mean, that is some serious power.
Just look at the difference here. The old way? A slow, super expensive hunt for talent, not to mention all the overhead that comes with a new hire. But with the white label approach, you get instant access to that expertise. You can start offering new, profitable services literally tomorrow, with none of the cost or risk.
Now let's talk about benefit number 2, because this one hits on what might be the biggest fear people have when they hear the word outsourcing.
And that's all about maintaining 100% client trust and brand consistency. I mean, every firm owner asks it. Will my clients know? Is this going to feel disconnected and damage the brand I've worked so hard to build? The great thing about the white label model is it's built to solve exactly that. Since everything has your branding, the client experience never changes. You keep full control of the relationship and you protect that trust you've earned.
Benefit number 3. This one hits you right where it counts, your bottom line.
You can drastically, and I mean drastically, reduce your costs and scale up or down whenever you want. This isn't just about saving a few bucks. It's about changing your cost structure from being fixed to being variable. Think about tax season, right? Instead of burning out your team or hiring pricey temp staff, you just dial up your capacity to meet the rush, and then you dial it right back down. You only pay for what you need exactly when you need it.
And this chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have that massive fixed cost of a new in-house hire. You're talking salary, benefits, training, the whole shebang. On the other side, you've got the much lower, totally variable cost of a white label service. We're talking 40, maybe 50% less. For a growing firm, that difference isn't just savings. That's capital you can reinvest to grow even faster.
Okay, benefit number 4. This one is all about your firm's internal engine.
You will see faster turnaround times and way more efficiency. I mean, just think about all the hours your senior people spend on routine compliance work or bookkeeping. By offloading all that repetitive stuff, you get rid of the internal bottlenecks. All of a sudden, reports that used to take weeks are now done in a matter of days. That's not just great for your clients, it's great for your team, who can now focus on that high-margin advisory work.
And that brings us to our final key benefit, and this one is about leveling up your firm's entire skill set.
You get access to specialized expertise that, let's be honest, might be completely out of reach otherwise. We're talking a global talent pool of accountants already trained in US GAAP and all the complex regulations. By partnering with expert teams in places like India, you can bring top-level skills for things like audit prep or tricky payroll compliance right into your firm without having to pay the 6-figure salary that kind of expert would demand locally.
All right, so we've covered the why.
You get it. Now let's get practical and shift to the how. This isn't just some theory, it's a strategy you can actually implement. So here it is, your playbook for putting this into practice.
Okay, let's walk through this. Step 1, identify the right tasks. Think high volume, repetitive, the stuff that bogs you down. Step 2, pick the right partner. You have to vet them carefully for experience with US standards and tight security. This is a real partnership. 3, lock down your processes, clear workflows, deadlines, communication. 4, quality control. Set up a regular review process for everything. And finally, number 5, and this is so important, communicate internally. Train your own team on how to use this new resource so it all runs smoothly.
So as we start to wrap up, I want you to think about this in a bigger context. This is way more than just a little operational tweak. This is a fundamental shift in how the most successful firms are thinking about the future of growth.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The future of accounting isn't about piling on more work or hiring more people. It's about figuring out how to work more intelligently, more strategically.
So, if there's one thing you take away today, it's this. White label accounting is not just a cost-cutting trick. It is a strategic tool. It's a tool that lets you grow your services, protect your brand, and ultimately deliver a much higher level of value to your clients.
And that really just leaves one last question for you to think about. In a world where competition is fierce and demands are only getting bigger, is your firm ready to work smarter, not just harder? Because that's the real opportunity that white labeling puts on the table.